Hi guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, my name is Angelica. Today I am going to do a full face of the oldest makeup I have in my collection. I have quite a lot of makeup. I have been collecting makeup for a couple of years. I have been into makeup for a few years now and I have a lot. And I was thinking, oh my god, back in the days, like I haven't been into makeup like for super many years, but still it is a couple of years now actually. But I was thinking, oh my god, I have a few things here that is from that period of time when I started go into makeup. I still have things from that area that is not all like, it's not liquid, but you know, eyeshadow and other stuff, and I thought maybe we can use that today. I went through my collection and tried to find the oldest product in every category I have currently in my collection. And yeah, that is what we're gonna use today. It's gonna be super fun actually, because some of these things I haven't used for a while. And yeah, and if this is your first time here, very welcome. My name is Angelica. On this channel is makeup content, it's vlogs, it's fashion related videos, bag videos, hauls, a little bit of everything. So check it out if you like it. Please subscribe. I would love to have you here. And yeah, like this video if you like it. But let's apply some makeup, guys. Okay, I zoom you guys in a little bit and I put eye primer on because I want to start with eyeshadow. And I must say this was really hard to try to figure out which eyeshadow is the oldest one. I know I had some really old eyeshadow palettes. I think I have decluttered because I think I decluttered that because I had one that was my first from Beige Cosmetics I bought in New York, and it was the collaboration with XO. It had two sides, and even if I would have that one, I wouldn't use it because it was so old. Maybe I would get a reaction or something. I just had it for like memories. But I took out this one. So do you remember? Well, it's the Naked Heat from Urban Decay. This is quite old as well. I mean, do you remember like when Urban Decay actually was popular? I know they release stuff right now, but I don't think they have the hype now as they had before. But this one was really like hyped, I must say. And I actually like this color story a lot. I mean, you have all these warm tones. So yeah, I thought this one we're gonna use today. And as I said, it has been such a long time I actually have used some of these things. And this is actually one of them. So I zoom you guys in a little bit more. I think I'm gonna set it a little bit with this lighter, or I'm gonna mix the two ones, like the two lighter shades, because it always like creases a little bit here. But then we're going in with, what are we going in with? What do we want to do? Something warm tone. Okay, I think I'm going, is this too light? Maybe I'm gonna mix these two here first. So we're just gonna build something up. There is actually yeah, this is quite pigmented actually. There is a brush here. There is a brush here. Maybe we should try this brush here. I don't know. It feels very... No, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna use that one actually. It felt a little stiff, and I need a little more like, not that stiff. By the way, this brush from Morphe, this is the M506. This is also so old. It's also a brush I bought when I was in New York, because here in Sweden we didn't have all the brands that the beauty gurus was talking about. I mean, when Jaclyn Hill, I was watching Kelly Stack, Casey, oh my god, what's her name? Well, anyway, and also Kathleen Lights. You know, all the popular beauty gurus back in the days. So when we went to New York, I actually had a list what I was going to buy. So a lot of these things, not a lot, but a few of these things I actually bought in New York because they had like BH Cosmetics Milani. We didn't have that in Sweden back in the days. So now I'm going to use this little red shade here. This is beautiful as well. What I like about this palette is that the matte performs so good still. And they have always been really good. The only thing with this palette is the shimmers. I don't think the shimmers are that good. They are not sparkle enough. They are just like regular boring shimmers. And yeah, so it's not like 10 out of 10 with this palette, but the mattes are really good. As you can see here, they perform so good still. And they are very beautiful. I love these kinds of rustic, like burnt orange red colors, and this is perfect for autumn as well. So we're just gonna keep on going. We're just gonna keep on going with like a darker shade. This one maybe. Look at my nails. They're also like autumny, rusty orange kind of color. But yeah, I was a little bit late to the party with makeup, I must say. I mean, I always loved hair because I was a hairdresser, like hairstylist, for many years. And makeup, yeah, I always have used makeup since I started using makeup, obviously, as a teenager. But I've never been like into the makeup community. I haven't like discovered. I think it was I discovered the beauty community very late, like YouTube. And that's why, because if I would have discovered it earlier, I would have been more inspired to start going into makeup, I mean. But let's take the darkest one now. But because of that, I just asked, like, when I was in the store, I just asked the staff, like, what do you think I would be good to use? Or, you know, I didn't have friends either that was into makeup, so I didn't have anyone, actually. Maybe someone said, I'm using this and it's good, and then you go and buy that. I don't know. Tell me down below how you were as a teenager. Were you interested in makeup, or you just like took wherever the staff at the store told you? Or maybe your friends, as me, like, I like this one, try that one. Or yeah, maybe your mother like shown you makeup. Okay, let's go in with shimmers. I'm gonna take this shimmer here. We don't have that much shimmers here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. And as I said, these are not super sparkly. They are not super creamy either. They are more like, I mean, the consistency is like almost a matte. But we're gonna see. Let's put it there. Yeah, it is pretty. It is pretty shade, but I mean, it's nothing special at all with these shimmers. But as I said, really like the mattes in this one. So I feel like we can use another shade as well. And what are we going to use? Maybe this one here. So I'm gonna take that one and put it next to the other one. This is a little bit darker and a little more intense in color, I suppose. As I said, it was such a long time ago I used this palette, but now in this autumn, actually, I think it's a beautiful color story and a beautiful palette to use. So maybe I'm gonna have it in my shop, my stash, because I don't think this is bad. I don't think this is bad. So I'm gonna go in with the dark matte again, just to deepen up a little bit more. And as you can see, I'm winging it out a little bit here. And what I like about that we do it right now, is that we can clean it up a little bit. Okay guys, so we're gonna leave the eyes for now. God, I'm so red. So we're gonna do the face makeup now. And the oldest primer I have in my collection, I actually used in a video not too long ago, but it is from Origins, and it's their Origins Pore Perfecting Cooling Primer with Willow Herb. This you have to shake, and this comes out as a mousse, and this mousse is so cold, so you put it on your face and it's cooling, it's cold, and oh my god, I'm just like it comes out like this, and you can hear it sparkles, and it's so cold, and it feels so good, and still this feels good. It smells like it should do. It smells like this, I don't know, willow herb. I don't know what that is. I have to look it up, but it smells really good. I like the smell of this. Maybe some of you wouldn't like the smell. It smells like almost like when you are in the woods. It's like very earthy smell. So it's not like a perfumey smell, but it's very strong smell. But it feels so good on the skin. And I looked it up a little bit because I wanted to link this one. Could I link this one in the other video? I just have a little memory of maybe this one is discontinued. I don't know. I have to look it up, but if it is, I'm quite sad because this is the only primer, this and the Milk Makeup is the only primer I could repurchase, because as you all know, maybe if you've been here, I am not a big fan of primers, but this one feels so good. So good. Okay. When it comes to foundation, the absolute oldest one I have is this one. And I have, after that, I have bought 3. So I'm going to use this one today, but this one is the oldest. But this is from BareMinerals, and this is their like BareMineral foundation original. It's a mineral foundation, like a powder, but when you buff it into your skin, it melts into your skin, so it transforms kind of and melts into your skin beautifully. This is the only foundation I used before I started watching YouTube. This was the only thing, and it looks so good. But then I started to watch YouTube, and I have an old foundation here as well, liquid. And this was Paulina from Paulina's Beauty. She raved about this. This is the Ariel Camouflage Age Definition Foundation. I don't know how this one is though, but I actually want to use this today. So I have this one that is super old, and I always buy these. Like if I run out, I buy a new one, because from time to time I use these, and they are perfect for touching up. If you have like a liquid foundation during the day and you're going to like a party and you don't want to take all of your makeup off, maybe you're going to after work with colleagues or something, so you can't run home and redo your makeup, this is the perfect product to retouch your makeup. Even if you have like a liquid foundation during the day, so it has been fading, you have this one, you have the brush, you dot it on, it looks flawless and beautiful. So this is what I always do with these, but I'm gonna use this on its own. This is in the shade Fairy Light number 3. The original I have here is number 15, just light, but it's a little bit darker, as you can see. It's quite dark. This one is way lighter. So I'm gonna use this. But the thing is, this is more like not full coverage. It gives a really nice coverage. But the oldest concealer I have, guys, is the Tarte Shape Tape. So I don't know how this is going to look. I don't like the look of a full coverage concealer, and then you have like not a full coverage base. But I'm gonna take a little bit of this, and I need to start with this one because, yeah. And let's talk about the Tarte Shape Tape. I mean, we don't need any more like introductions what Tarte Shape Tape is. We all know what it is. It's a full coverage concealer that everyone like early 2000 or mid 2016 maybe, or I don't know when it was, like Jaclyn Hill lived her best life on internet. She used this one. Every beauty girl loves this one, and they didn't take 2 dots like I did. they took like a triangle with this, and it was, oh my god, it was so cakey and full coverage. And then they put like powder on top of this, like they were baking on top of this. So that isn't something I won't do. What I will do with this now is to just blend this out and, you know, cover a little bit like where I need, because this is so full coverage, and I will try not to look crazy in the end, because I feel like with this it's so full coverage. So yeah, what can I say? Okay, now I blend it out, and it actually looks good because it doesn't look too full coverage and too cakey, so that's good. So what I do with this BareMinerals foundation is that I have actually this is a really good brush. This is from Eco Tools, I believe. Yeah, Eco Tools. So you just do like this, and then just, you can see, pull it down, and then you have this one. Then when you're done, you do like this and put the lid on. So it's very compact and nice. But you can see there are special brushes. I have owned one of these. I think I have it from BareMinerals. They recommend. But I do like this one. It has to be a little like, do you say dense? Like compact, and yeah. So what I do, I take this one. It looks like this. You need to, I'm just gonna, so it opens up, you can see, and then you just pour out a little bit, and then this is almost too much. So I take a little bit here, you can see, but it's a little bit too much, so I'm gonna try to put it here. And the thing about this, you are going to build this up. So I'm gonna do circular emotions. And you're gonna do this until you have the result you want. And yeah, and as I said, this melts into your skin so beautifully. And I actually use it also a little bit on top of the concealer as well. So pour a little bit here, take a little bit, and then, you know, I will try to do half of my face so you can see how it looks. Can you see it starts to even out? You can definitely see in my forehead. Here I took a little bit late before, but this just looks so natural, and I understand why I love this, because it just looks like skin and it looks so natural. So now I'm gonna do this other side as well. And as I said, this is a miracle when you are when you want to not redo your makeup, you want to touch up your makeup. I will always repurchase this one. I actually think this is enough. I think it evens out my skin. It looks so natural. I mean, it doesn't feel, if you are afraid that this is a powder and gonna feel dry, no, it just melts into your skin. It leaves like a very smooth surface on your skin. When I feel it now, it feels like so like silky smooth, like, you know, the fabric silk. It feels like that. It feels so good. So I can totally recommend this if you haven't tried it before, of course, because it's a old popular product. They have had it for such a long time. So for a bronzer, back in the days I was we all watched Tarte probably, and she was raving about a bronze booster from Syphilis Formula, and Syphilis Formula I couldn't find in Sweden that specific one, but then maybe one website I think I ordered this one from to Sweden, maybe on a Swedish website, but they just had this one, and I know her front was different, and sometimes in the US it looks a little bit different compared to maybe in Europe. But I bought this one because she was raving and raving about this bronzer, the Bronze Booster. So I bought this one, and I think it's really good actually. But I do remember about this bronzer, I was so influenced. You cannot imagine how influenced I was like those days when I watched like YouTube videos. All my like waking time, when I had free time, I was watching. I felt like when I had my free time, I was watching YouTube videos. Like I was obsessed with makeup content, and all of these products was like, I need that product, I really need this product. And you know, so I was so influenced to buy all of these stuff, and we all did, I feel like, because it was, now these days there is a lot of, we talk about not buying too much and you know, all of that, but back in the days it wasn't like that. It was like, we want to buy more. Buy this, buy this, buy that. So yeah, I don't know how the pigment is with this one. I'm starting to get a little bit worried here because I feel like I'm trying to dig in there. Maybe I need to declutter this one now. This is good because now I'm using all the old stuff and see if they're actually good, if I would keep them. But this one maybe, oh my god, this is so annoying. I really try here, like I am digging in here to this bronzer. Maybe it's the first layer, yeah, maybe. Now it gets a little more pigment here. Maybe it just has been too long ago I used this, so I needed to, maybe the surface was a little like hard pan or something. It is a very smooth bronzer. It is a very light bronzer, I must say. Like, you can definitely build it up, but very slowly. But it is a very beautiful, warm bronzer. Okay, maybe this is enough. This is actually really pretty. Maybe I will keep it, but it was quite hard. A struggle with this one. So when I got into makeup, I just wanted all of these things that the beauty gurus always used, and I couldn't get it here in Sweden. So when we went to New York, because we love to travel and we love to go to the US, so I went to New York, and I remember that first time I went to New York, not the first time I went to New York, but the first time I went to New York loving makeup, I was so excited. So I went to all the, you know, Sephora, oh my god, Ulta, and I went to the drugstore, especially the drugstores, and I was so amazed how they could have all of these makeup in the drugstore. So I have been wanting the Luminoso. You know, the Luminoso that Jacqueline just raved about, and this is so beautiful, you guys. I mean, I still have that. This is from that time when I bought it in New York. This is the one. This is old, but it still performs so good. And you can see, it looks like I haven't used it, but I have actually, because it has been like a little bit higher here. It's so beautiful. So I'm gonna use this today, and yeah, I was in heaven, guys. I was in heaven. I bought this one. I bought some things from, I have another thing here that I bought at that trip in New York, and I was just so happy I could buy all of these, like, because Morphe was very popular back then as well. You know, Jaclyn Hill, Morphe, she was just talking about Morphe all of the time, obviously, and you know, that influenced a lot to buy, I think, a lot of people to buy Morphe, and it went very popular. The other thing I have here, it's so beautiful. This is just like a beautiful blush. I will never go through this blush, but if I would, or if I would lose it, I would buy it again. 100%. It's one of my favorite blush actually in my collection. So when I went on this, no, I I have another thing here I wanted to use. Maybe I'm gonna use it because back in the day, we always contoured. Do you remember? This is super old. Oh my god, do you remember? This is the NYX Highlight Contour Pro Palette. I had this one. I should have used this after the bronzer, but we can use it now. So this is like a contour palette and a highlighting palette. I think this is a highlighter. It's super icy. I'm not going to use that today. I'm not going to use these, but we are going to use, I love this shade. This is also like almost hard pan on this because it's so old, but you can actually pop these out. Okay, I'm not going to do it, but you can pop these out and buy refills. I don't know if you can buy it anymore, but you know, that was the concept, and I love this palette. You know, when we're supposed to contour all the time, this was so perfect. So I'm gonna use this today actually. So it is super fun with this. I mean, it is so much fun to go through your collection and just like use the old stuff. I'm always thinking about the Kardashians when I think about like really heavy contouring. I feel like they were first, right? Kim Kardashian, was she first with the contour? I don't know, but she was definitely the one that gave it a popular, it was popular. Okay, so on this trip to New York, my first makeup trip, I bought this one. So this is beautiful. This is from BH Cosmetics, and this is a highlighting palette. This is a Spotlight 6-color palette. And this looks like this. You have like big, huge pans here. And you have 6 different highlighters, and I just need to swatch some of them here. Just for you to see like how amazing these are. These are not glittery. These are just smooth and very, very shiny. Like, they are so good quality still. They are so blinding and beautiful if you love like a blinding highlighter. It's amazing. So I have always loved this one, and I always will. Okay, so I am going to use this Dream, I suppose. We're gonna use this, and this is super blinding. I used this one in a video not too long ago either. It was very blinding back when I used it then as well, so I know it still performs so good. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and put it here on the highest points because I don't want it to be like too crazy here, but it's very, very beautiful. Maybe I can take a little bit like here. I'm just taking the smallest amount of, I'm gonna show you the shade Glow, this one here, like a light gold. I just took, as you could see, like at one particular spot that you just want a little bit more like, but not like all the way, just a little bit, because it's a very, very intense. We're gonna do the eyes as well, but first we're gonna melt everything together with the Allnighter. This is the oldest one I have. I have repurchased this one, so this is not like from back in the days. I always repurchase this one, but still, this is the one I have used through the years. Because if you want to rely on something to last, you need to have this one in your life. This is the best product from Urban Decay ever, period. Let's take out this one again. I'm really happy I took this one. It's so good, you guys. I am so happy. So I'm just gonna start with the lightest shade we used, and then just gonna put it underneath my eyes. And I feel like I always say this, but for me anyway, with these small eyes I have, I don't like to put super, like a lot under my eyes. I love to put eyeshadow under my eyes, but not drag it down too much. I'm gonna take a little bit deeper shade as well, just in the outer part. That is always what I do, and that is usually enough. I'm gonna take the darkest shade actually and put it a little bit like a liner. That is something I always do as well, like here, just in the outer part a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna finish my eyes off camera. So I'm gonna use eyelashes, the Flutterlies 117 lashes, because that is the lashes I love. I'm not gonna go through all of my lashes and take all these because I think I have thrown them because they're old, and if I don't like the style, I don't repurchase. So that is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my vanilla from Makeup Store. This maybe is the oldest one I have actually. This is just like a vanilla shade that brightens up on your eyes, or in your, like, brighten up your eyes, like in the waterline. And mascara, I mean, I don't have old mascara, let's be honest, but and I don't have a mascara that I have used for a couple, like years ago that I repurchased. I always use different mascaras, so I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna do a brown liquid liner, and then we're gonna do the lips, guys. Okay guys, I'm back, the eyes are done, and let's do the lips. So, when it comes to lipsticks, I mean, really old lipsticks I have decluttered because they're super old. I mean, they are creams kind of, so, but I found a really old lipstick in my collection that I feel like I've smelled it, I have looked at it, I have felt like this is actually still good. And it's from Colourpop. I bought a lot of Colourpop back in the days, and I love their Luxe lipsticks. I think this is like a Luxe lipstick, like a regular lipstick like this. This was in the Disney collection. This is Ariel, so, or Ariel. So this is the beautiful shade actually, and as I said, smells good and looks good. It doesn't look weird or anything. You can see how much I have left, but I have used this so much all of these years. I can't remember when I bought it, but it wasn't that collection, the first Disney collection, I suppose. I don't know, but yeah, I'm gonna line my lips with this one. This is just a lip pencil I have had for a while as well, actually. Not the oldest one, I mean, I need to have it match with my lipstick, but this is from XO Beauty, you know, the XO brand, and this is in the shade Marie. This is actually a shade I could repurchase because I think it's so beautiful. It works with a lot of lipsticks, and yeah, let's apply this one then. It still performs really good, and it's a beautiful shade. So maybe I should use this a little bit more because maybe one day I feel like I cannot use this anymore. So guys, here we have the finished look. You're gonna get a little close-up. So guys, this was it. I thought this was really fun to do. I mean, as I said, some of these things I haven't used for quite a while, and I love the foundation, guys. I mean, I love how my complexion looks also, so I will definitely use my powder foundation from BareMinerals now. I will put it in my makeup bag right now, and I'm gonna use it. And for this one, I feel like I'm gonna put it in my shop my stash as well, because this actually performed really good. I mean, the shimmers are, as you can see, they are shimmers, but if you don't want anything like super sparkly, the shimmers is really good. But the mattes perform so good, and I love all of these shades. Super beautiful now for autumn. I mean, really autumny look, I must say. And the lipstick as well. I feel like this I have to throw in my makeup bag as well, because as I said, I don't know when it's gonna turn bad, so, and it's a beautiful shade, and I probably can't get it anymore because it was like probably a limited edition or something from Colourpop. But yeah, it was super fun, guys. I really enjoyed this. I hope you have enjoyed it too. If you have, give it a thumbs up, then I know. And as I said in the beginning, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, if you want that, of course. And I see you in my next one. Take care, guys. Bye.